Oh, that's cute.
So anyway, so welcome to the September kickoff for the Confident Lady Boss. Tonight we're talking about elevate your money mindset. So this month is all about mindset, money, and motivation. So we have great speakers. Next week we have Diane Munson, who is going to talk about how to be in control of your money. You know, how to know where your money's going. And so she's going to talk about that. And she couldn't be on tonight because she had a death in the family. Her mom,
Oh,
yeah, her mom suddenly passed away.
sorry.
Yeah, she was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer
Oh,
63 days ago and died the other day. So
sorry.
she was going to be on tonight, but tonight's the wake. So anyway, so I always hate to hear those kind of stories. And then the following Thursday, we're going to have Sarah Gretzinger, and she owns an organization called the Savvy Networker, and she's going to talk about monetized chaos. So
That's what I have. No.
I know, right? It's an interesting topic. So stay tuned. It'll be interesting. It's going to be all around motivation. So monetized chaos, motivation, I don't know. So it'll be interesting to hear her talk. All right.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So Mary, do you have anything you'd like to share with us? Because I see that she says she's talking, but you're not muted. Your phone is on according to here. So, all right, Mary. So anyway, so we all know each other. So we don't need to go through introductions, if that's okay.
That's fine.
Mary, I hope to hear you, would love to know what you do, and so we can learn about you. All right. So is everybody having a great week so far?
So far, so good.
Okay. What was the best part of your day today?
For me, the best part of my day was doing the free recording stuff with Dream Maniac TV.
Okay. Great. All right, Janet, Carrie, how about you? What was the best part of your day today?
Let's see. I picked up new glasses. And I have a client who I've been selling one bottle of a supplement to for a couple of years now. And she's ready to sign up for her own retail account.
Oh my God. And it took a couple of years.
She buys one supplement, the same supplement, like every 3 months. And I'm like, you want to look at something else we have? Oh, maybe I love this supplement. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay. Everybody in their own time, I guess, right?
Absolutely. When the time is right.
When they're ready, they're ready. Okay. Awesome. Well, that's good. Madeline, you were saying something?
Yes, congratulations to Janet.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hey.
How about you, Carrie? How was your day? What was the best part?
The best part of almost every day is my morning meditation. I meditate for an hour every morning now, and
Wow. An hour straight of meditation.
I've been doing 30 minutes for a year or so, and I don't know, a couple months ago I decided, why don't I do an hour? Wow, all the difference in the world. That hour goes by in 10 minutes.
That's so good.
Wow. So how has it changed for you to extend it to an hour?
How has it changed when I did?
Yeah. I mean, like, what's changed for you by adding that extra half hour? What's changed in your life?
I get clarity, and I don't even have to ask for what I'm looking for clarity for. Of course, Spirit knows what I need clarity for. Mm-hmm. So all I have to do is get down and get away from my 3D human body, and then I start writing, because I have a pad of paper next to me all the time, and it just comes.
Okay, awesome. Glad to hear that. So I know I'm lucky if I could stay 20 minutes. I have to work on that myself. So an hour. How about you, Madeline? How long do you meditate for?
It depends. It can be 5 minutes. It could be, like if I do a Dr. Joe meditation, it could be an hour and a half.
Oh, yeah, Dr. Joe, yep.
It depends. It really depends. So, Carrie, good for you. I mean, that is awesome.
Oh, yeah. That's really good. That's really good. So, all right. So let's get into our topic. So,
I think one of the things that made a difference for me
yeah,
is Deepak Chopra and the Dalai Lama meditate 4 hours a day.
Oh.
And I've known that for a year or two, maybe more. And
Okay.
just recently it went, okay, if they can do 4 hours, what can I do in an hour?
Wow. Okay. That's awesome. Now, good for you. I mean, that's great that it gave you more clarity, and that's awesome. Okay. Now, what time do you wake up in the morning?
God, I have a whole series on teaching people about sleep. Whatever time my body is ready to wake up. It's usually any place between 3 and 5. But sometimes when I wake up at midnight, the thing I teach is when you wake up, get up, because your body is telling you it's done sleeping, if you don't have chemicals involved and all that stuff. So if I get up at 12 and I work for a few hours and I go back to sleep at 3 or 4, then I get up later into the day. But normally if I've gone to bed at 11, then I get up between 3 and 5, or I wake between 3 and 5.
Okay. Okay. You know, it's funny you say that, because I go to bed by 11 every night, 10:30, 11, and 3 o'clock, it seems like I get up. And then it's hard to go back to sleep. So maybe my body is telling me to wake up.
It's done sleeping. Don't make it go back to sleep. That's the worst thing you can do. But
Really interesting. Okay, so I go back to sleep all the time, and then I wake up more tired.
exactly. When you wake up the second time, you don't have the clarity because you made yourself go back down.
Interesting. Okay, something to know about. So I know tonight's topic is not about sleep and meditation, but so money mindset. I mean, we've heard about this so many times, and you know, the theme for the month in September is about money mindset and motivation. How do we go from our mindset? How do we create the money? How do we then get motivated to really do what we got to do? And we really want to end 2019 strong. So let's create momentum. Let's get motivated to really step it up for the rest of the year. So how is everybody stepping up to end 2019 strong? So let's talk about that for a little bit before we go into the mindset piece. Like, what are your thoughts to end 2019 strong? What are you doing? What is your mindset like? How are you going to create money to end it strong? Okay, Madeline, go.
Okay, so what I'm doing, and wow, I did this quick. I made a decision. I will not deal with anyone or anything that stands in the way of my focus.
Stand in the way of your focus. Good. Awesome. Okay. So you're not going to allow anyone else to stand in your way of your focus.
So you're going to focus on your focus.
I'm focusing on what it is I want to do, what I need to do to reach the particular numbers that I want. It's not even about whether I hit those numbers. It's whether or not I create that discipline. That will roll over into 2020. And it's also made life easier because already I've more time in the day and cut a lot of things out.
Okay. Okay, great. You know what I've been doing? I've been removing myself from a lot of Facebook groups.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've been decluttering my social media groups. Like, I'm like, because I get all these posts, and I've been unsubscribing to a lot of my emails. And I'm like, I'm not reading, I'm not participating in these groups. So I don't need to get all these notifications in these groups. So I've been really going through a lot of leave group, unsubscribe for the past couple days. And because you really want to get more focused, laser focus on, you know, where do you want to put your attention on, you know, in the right area. So that's great what you're doing, Madeline. Okay, awesome. Who else would like to share? What are they doing to really end it strong? Yes, Janet.
I'm going all in.
Okay, in what way?
Stepping up my game.
Okay, how are you going to do that?
I'm doing more lives in my group. I'm going to start putting more posts on my personal profile to join my group and show them what's going on in there. A friend of mine is suggesting and encouraging me to revamp and potentially relaunch my group and to narrow my niche into maybe cooking with oils. Now, I'm not real keen on that. I'm a Gemini, or if not even worrying about astrological sign, I like variety.
Okay.
And the oils are a vast thing. You can do you can cover a lot of different aspects of them, topics of them. So I'm not really sure I want to hone in on cooking with oils, but I'm definitely going to do something with it and maybe do some lives where we're actually, Anthony and I are cooking together and showing people how you add oils. And I'm doing demos, like, hey, I'm making a little sugar scrub. I too have been doing unfriending. And since I have been doing that, I'm seeing more new people show up in my feed that I forgot I was even friends with.
Good.
So
awesome.
And there was a time I just added everybody, like, oh, gotta look, I have 900 people. No. It did nothing for me.
Yeah.
And so I'm doing all that too.
Good. Awesome. Well, I've been seeing, Janet, a lot more of your group where you're sharing every day.
Yeah.
Seeing something new. And
right.
So really, I've noticed that myself. So that's awesome.
Right.
So we have Tanya, who's been on before. She just joined us. Hi, Tanya. She's not on video. That's okay. Do you hear us? Tanya? She's not on video, but I don't know if they hear me because I don't see the phone, and I don't know if Mary can hear us, but I hope they can hear us. Yes, Carrie.
I see Tanya twice. Do you see her twice?
I do too. Yeah, not on video and then not
There
on the phone. Okay, she's only on once now.
Talk.
Okay. Hi, Tanya. Tanya?
Hi, I'm here.
Hi, welcome. How you been?
I'm good. How's everybody?
Good. Awesome. Do you see us?
I see you and I hear you.
Okay, you don't want us to see you?
Don't ask me to do stuff I don't know how to do.
Oh, it's very easy. On the bottom of your screen, you should see a mute. You should see video on the bottom. You just click on it and you'll be able to see.
Start video.
Okay.
Yeah, start video.
Start video. All right, Here we go. Allow.
Let's see.
Okay.
We might.
Right.
There you are. Hi.
Hi.
Awesome. Mary, you can do that too if you'd like us to see us. I don't know if you hear us, but great, Tanya. So did you move yet? Tanya was moving to North Carolina.
No, I haven't moved yet. I'm still packing.
Okay.
So, and I may not be going to North Carolina. I may have gotten a position in Albany.
Albany. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but at least I'll still be in the Northeast, so that's closer.
Okay, great. Because Tanya has all her family in North Carolina, so she was going to move from Connecticut to North Carolina. Awesome. Yep. Okay, Tanya, well, welcome. So we were just sharing about what are you doing to end 2019 strong? I mean, this is all about our mindset. So as you're thinking about your mindset and what do you want to get going and how do you want to end it strong, what are some things that you're doing to make that happen? Okay, Carrie, do you want to share? What are you doing?
Sure. So I have a 12-week course called Get Your Mojo Back. It's designed for women who have shut themselves down or feel lost. I call them wounded women. Mm. And so to the pre-marketing step to launching the course, I'm doing a 5-day meditation challenge for people who think they can't meditate.
Okay.
And trying to get that launched. If you launch a challenge like you launch a course is my focus.
Good. Okay. Very good. Yeah. I just completed
list building, basically.
A list build. Yeah. Well, I just completed a 5-day challenge myself, and it was a challenge to put it together. But I'm glad I did it.
Did you do it on Facebook, or how did you do it?
I did it on Facebook. I did it on Facebook. I had email. I had my email list. I had it from my website for people to sign in. And every day I had a different email with the video. So I shot videos with slides on every day. I had an action step.
And how many people signed up for it?
12. Not a lot, but it was good.
12 you didn't have before.
Exactly. They were new people. And so it was really good. And Mary was one of them. that joined my challenge. So I would love for Mary to share some things. She wasn't able to participate in it, but she signed up and she got all of the information. All right, so let's get back to the topic. So when we talk about mindset, a lot has to do with our beliefs that we have around the money. And today I came across something. Are you familiar with, you're familiar with tapping, emotional freedom tapping, right? And so there's a gentleman by the name of Nick Ortner who lives in Newtown, Connecticut. So he created this whole ebook and he called it the 103, listen to this, disempowering and empowering beliefs around money.
Wow.
And success. So basically, and I'll share some of the disempowering beliefs around money. And basically what he's saying is that whenever we have a belief, it's not just saying, all right, money's the root of all evil, but it's how do you feel? What is your feeling when you have that belief? Like, are you really, because it's subconsciously, because we could be saying things, but then how are you feeling about that belief? Do you really believe that money is the root of all evil? Is that something that you really believe in? So for example, one of his beliefs that he wrote here is, I'm not good with money. So that's a disempowering belief. So how do you turn it around? He says, I am good with money when I give it my full attention. That's empowering around money. So if we kept saying, I'm not good with money, that drives our behavior, that drives our thoughts, that just impacts our stress and our anxiety when we say something as simple as, I'm not good with money. Now, have any of you said that to yourself? I'm not good with money?
Mm-hmm.
No, absolutely.
You have. So I'm getting three shakes and Madeline is saying no. So Madeline, you're always good with money. Or you'd never said that statement.
I've never said that statement. In all transparency, as an entrepreneur, it hasn't been easy. However, I am excellent with money. I learned at a very early age how to stretch $1 around the block.
Amen.
Yes. So no, I've never said that I'm not good with money.
Okay.
Honesty, yeah.
And you know, it's funny, you get to be more creative when you have less.
Yes.
You prioritize. I think we lost Carrie for a little bit. She'll come back. There she is. Carrie's back. You get more creative when you have less money. And
absolutely.
Right? And you prioritize.
Yeah.
Like what do I need to do first, second, and third? What is it that? And so it's interesting because I've had to do that pretty much all my life. It's always prioritizing. Okay. But I've never said I'm not good with money. I have to be transparent here. I've never used those exact words. I've just said money's hard to get. Only the rich get richer. I have said that money is the root of all evil. I have said that in the past. Money can be greed. I grew up with that money was always associated with greed. But that was something that I grew up with because a lot of our beliefs come from our childhood. Okay. And Madeline did a whole thing a while ago on your stories, that we all share these stories. So we say these things to ourselves that might not be true.
Exactly.
So another thing that he said was disempowering is honest. This was a good one. Honest money has to be hard earned.
Not true.
Not true, you said, right? Okay. So you turn it around. He said, money is best earned by doing work I love to do.
Love it.
Yeah. So
Sally's shaking her head and smiling.
What? Hi, Michelina.
I'm sorry, I'm back. My son called from college, freshman, so forgive me.
Not a problem. You're gonna get many of those calls.
That's
I
awesome.
You know what? And I feel so much better now that I've heard his voice.
Aw.
I'm sorry. So I didn't mean to distract.
No. We were just talking about, you're familiar with Nick Ortner, Michelina from Newtown, Connecticut.
Of course, yeah. He's from Sandy Hook. Yeah,
Yeah, he's right in your town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he wrote an ebook called 103 Disempowering Beliefs Around Money and Success.
Oh, okay.
So there's 103 beliefs. And one of the things he says about beliefs is that it's really about the feeling that we have subconsciously. You know, like you could say something about money, but is that how you really feel? So he, this came across today in my email, and he has 103 beliefs. So one of them was, I'm not good with money, is the disempowering. And so he wants you to rate these beliefs from a 0 to 10. How do you really feel? Like the feeling you get when you say that, is that really what you believe in? And so I found this interesting. Have you ever said that to yourself? I'm not good with money. Michelina?
I'm good at spending it. So I think I'm good with it.
We're good with spending. Yes, we are. And
I am good with it. You know,
we're proud of it. And we're proud.
And we're proud.
Oh my God, I'm proud of it because I just have to have that. You know, like I'm starting to get the catalogs about the fall season. And, you know, in Connecticut, Madeline, you know, we're having the fall season.
Right.
And I'm like, oh my God, these boots are so cute. I love these sweaters. Oh my God, I have to buy these, you know? And I'm like, I don't really need boots and I don't need clothes.
Here's what I discharged myself from. I used to get about 20 catalogs a month, and now I get none.
I get none. Yes, I get none. I still just get, because I don't charge any, I don't have any store credit cards, and I don't have any. I used to get all these catalogs, yes. And so this one, it was just a regular store in the community. And I was like, oh my God, these are so cute. And I'm like, no, I don't really need these. You know, so yeah, so I found this interesting about how we have these beliefs. Another one that he said was, I hate marketing.
What?
I hate marketing. That's a belief that we might have. And how do you turn it around? Money is a new and important part of my success. So do you really believe, truly feel that I hate marketing? Like, what is it about the marketing that you hate? And how are you going to turn it around that you realize that it's part of your success? And it's part of being in business, or it's part of, you know, even if you're not in business, marketing yourself. So if you hate marketing, then you hate to market yourself. You hate to talk to people and share about what you do. So I found that to be interesting as well. So he created this whole ebook, 103 of beliefs that were not empowering. Okay, so what do you think about that?
Well, Tina, I'm taking a class now. Oh, can you hear me? Am
Yes.
I on?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm taking a class now with Mind Valley. Are you familiar?
Yes,
Yeah.
Mind Valley, yes.
Marissa Peer is doing a rapid transformation masterclass.
Madeline, oh my
Oh,
God.
I love her.
Madeline, you
And
need to
I'm
talk to Madeline, yeah.
I'm telling you, I've just gone through several courses about these it's called limiting beliefs. That's what she calls it, limiting beliefs.
Yep.
And I understand what they're saying. It's so much deeper than our surface thought. It's our subconscious. And,
Yes.
and one of the things, like the other lady was saying, you know, she's really good with money when you don't have a lot of it. Scarcity creates the need for you to be able to balance your money in a very efficient way. But when you have money, that's when your limiting beliefs start coming into play. When I was practicing law, this is my own personal account of my own failings. When I was practicing law, our law firm started, my law firm, I call it the royal we. so I don't have to claim it for myself, which is also a limiting belief because I don't even want to claim it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
at one point, my law firm was making about $50,000 to $60,000 a month, and it terrified me. I couldn't look at the book. I couldn't pay attention to what people were saying when they were talking about money. It was the most horrifying thing. And I stood in front of some of the toughest judges and just these really, really tough lawyers and stuff. But when the bookkeeper came and they wanted to talk about money and receipts and all that stuff, I would be just take care of it. Don't bother me with it, take care of it. Of course, that was a huge mistake. You should never do that.
Okay.
But it was definitely a part of my limiting beliefs that I grew up with as a kid, that, money is the root of all evil, that people only get money when they do bad things or they cheat people or they're greedy or, it was just so many different things that I was raised as a child to believe. Hearing my mom say, you can't have this because we can't afford it, or those types of things. So you get it in your mind that you start limiting yourself early on and you say, oh, I'd love to have a new Jag, but I can't afford that, So I get what they're saying. And yeah, it's absolutely about changing over the mindset and convincing yourself by saying it over and over again. I think one of the things that Marissa was teaching us in the Mind Valley course is change the word money to energy. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough energy. And she said, every time you start to think of it that way, and you'll talk yourself out of that mindset.
Mm-hmm.
But I get it totally because I've experienced it, and I know she's absolutely right, because certainly there's nothing wrong with making that kind of money. And to this day, I can't figure out why it terrified me. It was a good thing, but I just could not see it that way.
Right.
I just could not see it that way.
Okay. Good point. Well, thanks for sharing. Nicolina, did you have something you wanted to share?
I just wanted to say I love what she just said. I think it's awesome. And I'm taking Tanya. I'm familiar with Mind Valley. I'm actually in a course right now called Thinking into Results with the Dr. Gallagher Institute, if anyone is familiar with that.
What is the name of the institute?
It's called the Proctor Gallagher Institute. So it's Bob Proctor and Sam Gallagher.
Yeah.
Okay,
Came together. She was a lawyer. Oh, Tanya, or was she a lawyer? I'm pretty sure she's a lawyer. And he is just everything about personal development, subconscious mind, this whole thing. And it's a lot of what you just said. I was going to ask you about your childhood, because a lot of our beliefs are because we have this programming, in our minds. Yeah. And I agree with you. I mean, when I was little, and some of you, I've shared this, my father passed away when I was 5 years old. My mother, English was not my mother's first language because they came from Italy, whatever. And money was always a stress point, oh, we can't afford this, or let's be careful about that, or, and so I think for me, and now my mindset is changing, but I think for a long time, even in my prior corporate career, I had this limiting belief that maybe I wasn't worthy of earning the big fat income that the executives were doing, that maybe I wasn't good enough to do that. I don't know why I thought that. I just...
That you don't deserve it. That was the word that kept, you don't deserve it.
Yeah.
And it's so strange that as much success as I had accomplished in being the first in my family to go to college, first to go to law school, I had all these wonderful firsts in my life, but I just had not convinced myself that I deserved any of the great things that were happening.
Yeah.
Interesting. Madeline, do you want to, that's great. I mean, I'm very familiar with Bob Proctor, and I love it. And we have a friend, Stephanie, who's a coach through Bob Proctor. So that's awesome. Madeline, is there anything you want to share, or Carrie, or Janet, about what we're talking about? Or Mary, I know that you're on here. If you want to share anything.
I love the honesty from everyone, and I think it's about time that we all talk about it. One of the things we were never taught in school was finances. And it was, especially when I was a kid, it was all about, talk about money because it's rude. It was rude to talk about money. Bullshit. talk about it, learn about it. Understand, Carrie's shaking her head. You agree, Bill, I know. And learn about it, know about it. And like if you ever listen to Susie Orman, she'll say,
Yeah.
respect and honor it. And Marissa Peer, I was even thinking of getting certified through her because I love her work. Um,
Yeah.
yes, it is energy.
It
And
is.
so
Hmm.
it's the level of energy that you're at. Actually, you guys, I am in bed because my lower back was hurting. I apologize.
That's
Um,
okay. You're
yeah, so,
comfortable.
yeah, if I look like I'm at a weird angle, that's why. When we think of money, our energy is at a specific level. So with that, if that level is low, that's what we
Hmm.
attract. When that level is high, that's what we attract.
Right.
So
Yeah.
part of like what I was talking about before about like, and Carrie said you're focusing to focus, focusing in on the numbers, focusing in on the beauty of money, because money allows us not only to do what we want to do, but to help others.
I know.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen.
Yep.
Exactly. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
My word is to embrace money.
Yes.
Embrace
Just
it.
come on, I love you.
Yeah. And there's a belief that I used to think that if I loved money, like people in my family would say to me, and Michelina, you're Italian, I'm Italian. My parents and my family would say, Tina's crazy. That's all she thinks about is money. She just loves money. And I'm like, so what's wrong with that? It's like they made me feel like I was really bad, that I always was motivated by money. And so my family really made me feel bad. So I grew up with that whole feeling that it wasn't good to have money, that it's
Hmm.
to have just enough, because if you had too much, people would get jealous of you.
Yes.
People would, think you're too good for them, and you would lose
Yeah.
friends and family because now you're at this level.
And so what
Yeah.
if you are?
I
And
know.
what if you are above? In
Well, I
one,
was going to say that happens.
it
It
doesn't happen,
happens.
and it doesn't make us a better person or a worse person.
Right.
It's only in that area of life. It's the person who has a lot of money who's well-rounded in everything else, spirit,
Yeah.
health, everything.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I come from an Italian family
Yep.
too,
Yep. Me
and
too.
it was the same thing. I asked for a dime. That was a long time ago, guys. A dime for ice cream. And to this day, I can hear my dad say, "What do you think money grows on
Oh,
trees?"
that was my
Yep.
father's favorite thing. Money
Well,
doesn't grow here in this family. Who do you think we are? Do you think we're rich? Do you think we're the Rockefellers?
exactly. But something I want to bring up to everyone
Yeah,
because it's helped me a lot. Sorry about this, guys.
that's okay.
Tonight's a little off for me. I have a lower back issue going on. Um, what we feel and how we're thinking, it's behavior.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
behavior can be changed.
Yes.
All that
It's
program.
Absolutely.
changed. So that it's not behavioral therapy. We're not going into working in the problem. We want to work in the solution. We want to work in the result. So what you want to do is imagine yourself with all that money and all the beautiful things you can do.
Exactly. It's what you can do with the money and how you can help
Yeah.
others. Like we talked about, it's that giving, it's that peace of mind that you get when everything is paid for. It's
Yes.
that
Absolutely.
that level of comfort, that energy that you feel when everything is taken care of.
Nope.
You
Can I, can
know?
I say, can I
Yeah,
offer,
go ahead.
because I love that, was it Tanya that said replace money with energy?
Hmm.
Right.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So when you said that, it reminded me that one of the things that I learned in this course is that, even your thoughts are energy. Like everything
Yeah.
is energy, right?
Yep. Absolutely.
Energy is just transferred, right? It's so if you're having if you're having negative thoughts, you're going to just attract negative stuff, right? I mean, it's just
Exactly.
the law of nature.
Yep.
So it's like making sure that you are having the positive thoughts, that are going to lead to the positive feelings, will lead to positive actions, will eventually lead you to the results that you're looking for, right?
Yep.
But it all starts with what's going on up here.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I check myself during the day. If I'm having some kind of a negative feeling, so the feeling is kind of a measurement of my thought. Like, whoa, I'm not feeling well. Like, what? Why is my vibe like this? What's going on? I go back and check my thought, and I'm like, okay, I shouldn't be thinking that right now. And then as soon as I flip the script,
Yep.
then I'm like, okay, I feel better now. And then I get motivated to do something, and then I'm in a positive cycle, you know? So I love the idea of thinking thoughts as energy. Yeah.
It is. And it does. It drives our thoughts, like Madeline, you said, our behavior, our actions, you know, so it drives our relationship with others and how do we communicate with others. Everything is all around the way we're thinking, and money is just an element of our life. But money is good. Money is, I love money. I say I'm a money magnet. It's good. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not greedy. I'm not stealing. I'm not taking from someone else. I'm not unethical. So what if I love money? Carrie, you're going to...
There's somebody, I can't remember who her name was anymore, but I remember if I heard it, but it's been 10 years since I had anything to do with her. She coined the money honey.
The money honey.
The money honey. Treat your money like a lover. Have a money honey.
That's good. You know, you want to love money, you want to respect it. We say, you know, don't abuse the money. You know, invest in the money, don't abuse it. You know, really, really treat it good. Treat it like you would your honey, you know, whatever. Like, it's good to have money. Because when you don't have money, let me tell you something, it ain't good. Okay? I mean...
Okay, that's the understatement of the night.
I mean, so let's put it out there. When you don't have any money, you can be pretty miserable. Okay, but even in that misery, how can you turn it around and have a positive mindset to shift it? So what would you recommend that you do when you're really at the bottom and you have no money? You don't even have any money to put gas in your car.
Get creative.
It's what?
Get creative.
Get creative, exactly. Get creative. Don't stress out over it. Don't have that fear, that panic, like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I can't put gas in my car. You know what? You find a way. This is the thing that I've learned, because I've been there. Having to figure out, okay, I gotta get somewhere. I can't put gas in the car. I don't even have $1 in my name.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And I'm like, what do I do now? And here's the thing. I'm working at a corporate job, and there were days I didn't have $1. It's like, then I look at, okay, where was my money going? Okay? That's a whole nother discussion. Okay?
Yeah.
But there are times that you don't even have it. So being creative, not panicking, you'll find a way. You'll find a way when you're in that situation. But having that belief that you can do it,
yes,
money is coming, even when you are down. You know, the other day I was watching, I think it was, Joyce Meyer. I just love Joyce Meyer. I'm a spiritual person. And one of the things she said is having a blessed attitude. And one of the scriptures, she said, God will promote you to the level of tolerance of pain.
yes.
Yep.
And I read, this was yesterday that came in my news feed, and I was like, wow. So even when you're in pain, you know, God, you know, and I don't want to preach here about God, whatever you believe in, higher power, whatever your belief is, but it's that even when you're in pain, you know, there's a reason sometimes, and the tolerance and the higher power of the universe, whatever, we go through these things. Okay, but you go down, the only way is to go up. Okay, so sometimes we got to hit rock bottom because the only way is up. But then there's the up that you can go down. And there's a lot of people you know, when you hear about these people that have had it here and then now they've lost everything. And I was like, wow, you know, sometimes I don't know if it's good to have it here and lose it all. but
yeah,
but
it is though, because it teaches you to appreciate it.
Yeah, and
you can get it again. Once you get it the first time, it definitely. One of the things that I always do when in situations in the past when I've had really bad economic lows is that I give my time to people who are worse off than I am. Because then my mindset is not about woe is me, but how can I be of service to you? And so I volunteer at the food shelter, you know, the food pantries or the shelter or something. Because when you see that there's somebody in the world worse off than you are, it helps you raise your vibration, raise your energy so you can bring your prosperity back.
Awesome. That's a good example. Madeline, you were going to say something?
I was just saying I've been there where I was, you know, the money was flowing and I didn't have enough gratitude at the time.
Exactly.
Gratitude is huge.
Right?
Gratitude is huge.
Yes.
And God or the universe, however you look at it, it's like, okay, you got to learn the lesson. Guess what?
Yeah, exactly. You got to learn the lesson. So what do you think are 2 to 3 things that we need to do to make sure that we, you know, have a positive mindset every day? Like, you know, do you think that fear plays a part in our mindset?
Well, I would
Absolutely.
Say, for me, Tina, like I wake up every day and part of my morning routine is, you know, for me personally, it's prayer and affirmations. You know, keep that repetition because the subconscious mind will accept whatever, not only whatever you repeat, but the important piece to it is, and Tanya, you probably heard this in your course, is that you have to have an emotional investment in whatever that thought is, right? So it's not going to help you if 100 times you say, I am magnetic to money, I am magnetic to money, you have to feel, you have to get into that place of feeling where you're excited about it, right? Because that's when your vibe, you raise your vibe, you know? So I would say like positive affirmations, but with feeling and excitement that you're excited, that you're going to help people and you're going to be rewarded, you know, handsomely back for what you're giving, right? You give and you receive. It's just like a constant cycle.
Exactly. It's interesting you say that because when you give, you know that somehow it's going to come back to you.
It comes back
in other ways.
Right.
You just don't know how it's going to come back, but it'll come back to you. But if you have that gratitude, that even the littlest things that you have, and I love what you said. I love what you said, Tanya. When you go and donate your time to a shelter, and you see, like, I'll give you a perfect example. Today I was driving in my neighborhood, and there was a foreclosure sign in front of one of the houses. And I drove by it, and I was like, oh my God, I feel so bad for these poor people. Because there's literally a sign that has foreclosure. And it's like 2 minutes away from my house here in Milford. And I was like, wow, I'm so grateful right now that I don't have a sign in my house with the foreclosure.
Exactly.
Okay. And it's so I really was like, oh my God, I feel so bad for these people. I wonder where they're going to go. I wonder what it was really, it's just, it was like, oh my God. You know, so.
Did you think about stopping and knocking on the door?
I didn't, but I think I know I was contemplating afterwards. Because I see a lot of kids around. I think they're Indian. Because I saw one of the men out there, and I was thinking, I was like, I felt so bad because it's so embarrassing. Literally the sign in their house, not for sale, it says foreclosure sale.
It's failure, it's rejection, it's all this stuff that's happening to them. I would just stop and run in that house and give them a hug and tell them how much I feel for them.
I know, it's so bad. I felt so bad. Madeline, you were going to say something?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to add the controversy. I'm the devil that stirs the pot. How do you know that?
Yes, you are.
Right?
You're going to be the devil? What are you going to say?
how do you know that they feel bad? How do you know that they're embarrassed?
That's it.
Why should they be embarrassed? I'll be damned if something's going to work for me. I don't care what anyone says. How do you know
Okay, that's true. How do we know?
that they're in the shit? Maybe that's what they want to do. I love what Carrie said, though. Knock on the door. It's a neighbor and offer heart.
Okay, so that's a good point. So do you,
You don't know.
you're right. So you think it's a story that we're telling ourselves right now?
It's absolutely a story because what I just heard was, oh, they must be embarrassed. Oh, it's rejection. How do you know?
True.
I don't know. And you know what?
No, we don't. We really don't know.
We don't know, but
Yeah.
that is the common human reaction to that type of thing. We don't know for sure.
Yeah,
We don't know.
but that's a big part of what's wrong with that whole money mindset. Is that we get so tied up in what the neighbors think or what somebody else sees, and we cannot be burdened by that. We have got to let all of that go in order to get in the right place with our relationship with money. Because maybe they bought a mansion on Long Island and they couldn't sell their house and it went into foreclosure. They don't care. They got a mansion on Long Island. I mean, I don't know.
That's
but we
true.
got to stop assuming we know.
Exactly. And I have friends who allowed their home to go into foreclosure. They made out like bandits and they ran off to Texas. I'm not saying
There
that's
you go.
I've heard that too. I've heard that.
It happens.
I've heard that too.
I'm not condoning that. Please don't get me wrong. But the thing is, we don't know what people think. A, it's none of our business.
Yeah.
B, you are not, you don't have a crystal ball.
We don't. And that's funny because when I just said that because I just was like surprised. I had never seen it. And to me, it was like kind of like a shock. So close to home. But you're right. We don't know their story. And it's our story. So
What happened was your fear popped up.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
But what I would say too, ladies, and again, I don't want to get too like religious on anybody because I don't want to offend anyone. But my thing is, and maybe I am someone because of my life experiences, I do have some fear. I live in Sandy Hook, okay? So, you know, the tragedy that happened here almost 7 years ago has affected me in a way that I never imagined. And so I have some real concerns around safety and stuff like that. So when I, you know, see something like that, or I see somebody in distress or something, depending on how safe I feel in approaching the person, I may or may not, just depending on the situation.
right, because I don't know them. I don't know these people.
Right, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. But what I do consistently is I will, in my head, I'll just say, bless them, Lord. Bless them. I'll send a blessing. I'll send, and if you don't call it a blessing, you can call it whatever you want. It's, again, it's me transferring positive energy to that person. I call it prayer. You can call it whatever you want.
So blessing them.
I'm blessing them. And I'm saying, bless those people wherever they're going to end up, whatever their situation is.
Okay.
I just hope the best for them.
Good.
Madeline's right. We don't know what their story is.
It's true. It's true. And that's a good point that you make. So because it's 10 of 8 now, so I want to respect your time and wrap it up by 8. So kind of recapping, yeah, our stories that we say to ourselves affect us. Okay. Any other thoughts about our discussion tonight? I hope that you got some nuggets here and some information. I know that you've heard of mindset before and our beliefs. Fear is huge. You know, that we have a scarcity mindset at times, or maybe none of you had a scarcity mindset. Maybe you've all had an abundance mindset. I know that Madeline talks about abundance-driven mindset all the time. That's part of her brand. And even when you're down and out and you don't have any money, you still gotta turn it around and really subconsciously really believe that things will get better.
Like, for example, one of my neighbors knocked on her door. I told you this, Tina. I may have told a couple of you. And she came with dinner. She cooks for her family, so sometimes she has a lot.
Okay.
And it's just me. So she came with dinner. To me, that's abundance.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely.
Right? My electricity is on Michelina. It's like 1,000,000 degrees here. Can I tell you how grateful I am that the AC is working? And the rent is paid. I have a roof.
Yeah.
And Tina knows I'm never in pain. So this little bit will be gone by tomorrow.
Yep.
I'm healthy. To me, I've got goosebumps. That's all abundance.
It is abundance. I got an email today from my cable company because we had a power outage last Friday.
Yeah, me too.
They're giving us a credit. I'm like, oh my God, Optimum is giving us a credit? Really?
Yeah.
I gotta go check the mail.
I was like, holy shit, I can't wait to get the bill.
Exactly. And I mean, look at this, ladies. If you really stop and think, the people in the Bahamas right now,
Exactly.
we are on our electronics.
Yep.
Okay? We are better financially set than so many people in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Very true.
We all have clothes on. If we're hungry, we can go to the fridge. If we're tired, we have, most of us, I'm sure we all have, a bed to lay in.
Yep.
So when I think of that, I'm like, wow, we are infinite billionaires.
Exactly. Focus on what you have
Yes.
today versus what you don't have. And you're right. You look at the Bahamas.
Oh,
Some of them are dead. The ones that are alive have no shelter.
That's true.
To lose everything that you've
Pray,
owned,
pray for them.
I can't even imagine what do they do? What do they do next?
Faith.
What?
Ridiculous faith is
Yes,
the way
that's
to
all you
get
got
through.
left. That's all you got left. When you lose it all, you have only faith to get you
That's
back with your mindset. I mean, that the last thing they're thinking about is money. They're thinking about basic needs.
Yes.
You know,
But can I say one other thing too, Tina,
Yeah.
that I think is so, I don't know, I just want, for me, I just appreciate so much being surrounded by you women tonight. Because I feel that part of us experiencing abundance is having the right people in your life, right? So, I mean, like, I don't know any of you, I guess, I've never met any of you in person except for Tina, but I feel like this is abundance right here. The fact that we're together, we're talking about this, we may not necessarily be the right, what do I want to say, customer for one another or what have you, but even if we just show each other abundance by supporting each other on social media, or I don't know, sharing events that we're having, or introducing one of us to somebody else. Like, to me, I view all of those things as contributing abundance and like helping another person. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like we have, Madeline and I and Michelina and Janet, Carrie, you share a lot of information. The fact that people are in our communities is abundance. You're right. I mean,
support.
The support, the webinars, and I started these webinars in April. And it was through, Michelina, we're having a discussion one day, we're brainstorming. And Michelina's the one that said to me, I like Confident Ladyboss. I'm like, you know what? I really like that.
That's right. We did say that. That was a mastermind. We had
I know. We had a mini mastermind, which, by the way, all of you, Madeline and I are starting a mastermind. Madeline, when do we want to start this mastermind? We didn't really pick a date, but there is a process. I've been posting it in my group. It's $27 a month. Once a month, we're going to meet in the evening, Madeline, I think we said.
Yeah, because some people are still in jobs.
Yep.
And after I did a poll on my personal page, I found that most people felt that the evening was best.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. So there's an application. If any of you are interested, private message either one of us, and we'll send you the application. And who doesn't know what a mastermind is? Anybody want more clarification?
I just have a question of
Yes.
clarification, Tina, because I'm in a mastermind right now with the group that I'm a part of through December.
Okay.
So my question would be then, for the thing you ladies are starting, can you join it like any time, or are you doing it for a set program period, or is it you're rolling, like you can join down the road when this other thing ends for me?
You can join anytime.
Okay.
Anytime. And so it's $27 a month, or it's not the yearly, but it's less by the year. The reason that we're doing that is because when people don't pay, they don't pay attention.
Oh, of course.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
when I give information, and when Tina gives information, we know that it is, you know, we've researched it out. We're there for everyone. We're going to, we have a group, not just meeting. It's really like, what do you need to get done? What's the topic you want to talk about? So it's truly a professional mastermind. I have facilitated them. Tina and I have both been in professional masterminds. Michelina, you're doing that now. And Tanya, you know very well as an attorney, I spent 18 years in the legal field. That down and discussing is how you get things done.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. And if you want to have success, because mastermind, I mean, the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Right.
A whole chapter on mastermind. And masterminding, you know, you're pulling people together, you're getting feedback from each other. You have a challenge that you're dealing with, and you need help, you need support. Like let's say you want to create a flyer and you want to get people's opinion. You have a group of people to give your thoughts and ideas around trust. Yes.
Absolutely. And you know what else, ladies? I'll offer one other idea that's worked. This seems to be helping me a lot, so maybe this would help you too. So in the other mastermind group that I'm in, this part of this Thinking into Results thing, we meet once a week to do the lesson. But then we also have within the group, we have partnered off. So there's like one other person that I meet with once a week. Besides our regular session, there's one other person from the group. And then he and I hold each other accountable. So I'll say, for example, Tanya, by next Thursday, I promise I'm going to do A, B, C, like 3 things that are going to get me closer to my goal, right?
Yeah.
And then you're going to tell me yours. And then literally, ladies, like every week, like tomorrow's my weekly meeting, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to make sure I get those done, because I don't want to get on there and tell him I didn't do my homework.
Right, you're held accountable. There's accountability within a mastermind. Yes, absolutely. That's a good point. So it is helpful. It's beneficial. It's something that's worked well for me. Any other thoughts? I want to wrap it up. It's 8 o'clock. I really so appreciate all of you for tuning in. I'm going to have the replay tomorrow in the group. Next week, we're going to be joined by Diane Munson, who's going to talk about being in control of your money. And she will share some tips how you can be in control. She would have been here tonight, but she had a family death and a death in the family. Yes, Madeline.
I was just going to say, please offer her our condolences.
Yes.
I will.
And whoever is snoring, I hope we don't wake them up.
I know. I said the same thing.
I'm like, why aren't you muting them? And I thought, well, maybe it's someone.
I don't know if I could know, because they're not on video. I can't mute them.
So, but it's okay. I just hope we don't wake them up. Honestly, I think it's really cute because they're tired and they feel relaxed enough to nod out.
Oh my God. She might have. Yeah. All right. All right. Well, I thank everybody for you coming in tonight. I hope you have a great. See you next week.
Thanks, Tina.
Same time, same place. Bye.
Absolutely. Bye.
Bye.